Cody here, KIG Outdoors. We are out in the woods today checking on our peanut butter and jelly experiment. And if you remember, we have smooth Nutella, peanut butter and jelly, and crunchy on the end. And boy, do we have some results for you. If you could, as you can see down here, they didn't really eat all the corn. We put out 50 pounds of corn. I'd say there's still about 25 pounds of corn on the ground. I didn't get as much activity as I thought I would. I don't know if maybe this being here, being new, is scaring them away. Maybe the bucket, I'm not really for sure, but something kind of kept them away. But we did get three big, decent, I wouldn't say big, but 3 bucks in here repeatedly on the cameras. And I'll show you all some pictures here in a minute of what we actually got and actually what they went after. And I have to say, it's working. It's working. They're definitely coming in here. I think they are a little skittish because when you see the pictures, they're only coming to right here. So I'm going to give this another week. I'm going to hands down give this another week. I think in about another week or a week or two, this thing right here, they will be all over it. Some of the problems that we may have is not only, you know, right here is where we put the peanut butter, but if 60 foot on up is actually sticking lick that I put on a tree up there. It is a nut. That spot 60 foot on up is a very hot spot. You're talking like an average of 1,300 pictures a week. In 5 days, 1,300 pictures. 90% of them are deer pictures.
Deer pictures. Yeah.
Every one of them, 90% of them. So, you know, maybe that's having some effect on this. So we're gonna let this experiment ride. We're gonna let it go another week, let's say.
A week.
And we'll come back out here probably next Friday, Saturday, check it out, see what's really the details. If you'll notice behind me, the people that own this property actually did a little mowing, so that's probably going to hurt us. You know, this was tall, nice grass, places for the deer to lay down and get away in the woods. Now you got a giant road through the middle of the woods, but sometimes that brings them out though. Matter of fact, I think last year it was mowed. It was mowed, and we still see big bucks. But you know, I'll bring y'all in here and let you get a quick peek at what these peanut butters look like, and we'll switch over to the trail camera and we'll do a little talking about it.
Yeah.
So the deer that come in here, and I had mentioned that we had 3 big deer, not 3 decent deer come in here. For right now, one thing that was really impressive, we got a daytime picture of them actually eating some peanut butter. Got nighttime pictures. They had their babies in here. They had their mamas, brothers, sisters, and aunts in here sniffing this corn and sniffing this peanut butter. So I feel like in the next week it'll be on. It will be a all-out fest. Come get you some peanut butter at the PB&J station right here. So they weren't huge deer, they were decent deer. Good 8-pointers. One of them I think had some drop tines on it, down on its base. Might have been a 10-pointer, that's what they call it, but I would call it an 8-pointer. Had a lot of button bucks, a lot of spikes. You know, the good thing about it is you say, oh man, you got nothing but little deer in there. Well, little deer grow into big deer. So if you're keeping these little deer in here and they know that peanut butter was there at one time, if they make it through the season, next year they're going to come back looking for that peanut butter. They're going to come back looking for that corn. They're going to come back looking for that salt. So it's a good thing to have those little deer in here. And it's also a good thing to have a lot of does in here, because during rut, they coming after them does. That's what it's all about. And rut hunting is the funnest deer hunting that you can do, because it is so unpredictable. Here's a interesting fact about Shane's deer. I'll put a picture up. His deer we actually never got a picture of it on a trail camera. We had 2 cameras out doing the same 2 spots, corn out every week. We had it out, we had it loaded, never got a picture of his deer. And this is a massive deer. I think it scored like a 158.
Yeah, 158.
158, decent deer. I mean, you don't get too many deers like that in your lifetime. But the thing about it was, we never ever saw him. And so right at towards the end of rut, we happened to come out here and we dumped some corn out, saying, you know, in the next couple of days we're going to come out here, so we throw some more corn out. And as we are walking out, he goes running through the woods. And I mean, we freak out because he's seen us. We're like, man, he ain't never going to come back. He's done. He ain't never going to come back. We do not have one picture of his deer.
No, we don't.
On a camera. So nope. Don't let that deceive you. During rut, these deer are going to move, you know. So my thing is right now with the peanut butter and the corn and the licking sticks and all that, I'm trying to keep these deer here. I want these deer to say, hey man, I got a spot over here. Let's go get us something sweet.
It makes them easier coming here than going out in the field out here and get corn out of the cornfield, because we got a whole cornfield all around us.
Nothing but corn around us.
And they can come back here and just eat it right here easy. They don't have to worry about it.
Well, from what I understand and what I see, deer are lazy, so they're going to do whatever is easiest. They're not going to go out in the cornfield, pick a corn cob and eat it. They got 200 acres of it behind them. They're going to come right here because they're lazy. Not only that, they like sweet stuff. So it's a love-hate battle. But like I said, we never got a picture, not one picture of Shane's deer, and all of a sudden he shows up. Bam!
It was 2 days before.
It was actually towards the end of
in the rut right there.
Well, it was the end of rut, almost the end of gun, wasn't it?
Gun.
It was almost the end of modern gun. Then he killed a nice deer.
He came right on through there about 8:30 in the morning.
It was so bad last year. It was so weird. We had such messed up weather here where we were at that it would be cold one day, hot the next day, wind blowing. I mean, it raining. It was all over the place. It wasn't just, you know, cold.
Yep.
And I can remember the day he killed his deer, we were actually getting ready to leave. It was 9 o'clock. Usually you don't kill deer at 9 o'clock in the morning. They've already come and gone. You know, it's time to get out of the woods. And we were actually thinking about leaving. And he texted me and said, hey, wait a minute, there's something in the woods. About 10 minutes later, you hear the hand cannon go off, and he got him a huge deer. So
I shot him probably about 70 yards.
70 yards. 30-30. That's a pretty popular gun down here where we live. 30-30, 30-06.
308.
308s. Those are all the normal guns that we use down here. So that's enough rambling. We're going to move on. I've got another video that I'm getting ready to upload today or tomorrow or the next day, one day coming up. It'll be about the licking stick, or I'm sorry, stick and lick. So I got another video coming out. It'll be out in the next couple days, 2 or 3 days from now. It's about the stick and lick, and I'm gonna do a review on it. And I think some of the things that you will see on it, it will surprise you. It is actually something that I didn't really feel like it was going to work. I felt like it was going to take them some time to figure it out, and boy was I wrong. It is hands down doing better than this. So remember, if y'all are new and you like my videos, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it with your mama, share it with your friends, share it with the dude down the road. Tell everybody about it, and hit that like and hit that subscribe button, and be sure to come back for part 3, because there will be a part 3 to this. So don't forget about it. Hit that little bell icon to notify you, let you know that I posted a new video, and we'll go from there. We'll see y'all next time.
And no telling what I'm finna be on. Hey, I'm beyond all that fuck shit.